No, seriously, your tongue really does stick to this. I thought I was gonna just chill. Don't do that. So today I am going to review one of my favorite little kitchen gadgets. This little beauty is called a Zuko Popsicle Maker. And I know what you guys are thinking. Why would I spend a lot of money on a popsicle maker when you can go down to one of the nearest grocery stores and pick up one for under $5? Well, this, my friend, will freeze them in 7 minutes. 7. You heard that right. 7 minutes. This is something that I bought 2 years ago, and I actually reinvested and bought a second one after we had accidentally damaged this one in our move. I dropped it on cement. Don't tell anybody. I missed it so much that I went ahead and got another one sometime afterwards, and let me show you how this works. Basically, it is a pre-frozen tray, and you put the little sticks in, fill them up to the fill line with your favorite beverage, and then you freeze it back in the freezer. It'll freeze faster if you do it that way, and it will freeze it in about 7 minutes. Now, some will take longer if you're doing some sort of a thicker substance like yogurt or fruit puree or something like that matter. You cannot use sugar-free beverages in it. You can't use water or carbonated beverages because those will stick to the insides of the Zuko Popsicle Maker and you will not be able to get the popsicles out. How do you get them out? I'm so glad you asked. This little contraption is your tool for getting them out. It has a screw on the inside and all the sticks have a screw center for you to place the handle on top, screw it down, and the natural force will release the popsicle from the popsicle maker. Once that happens, you can put it in and out all that you want. The Zuko Popsicle Maker, because it has frozen sides all around, you have the opportunity to make some pretty interesting little decorations. You can freeze fruit and have it stick to the sides before you pour your beverage or your fruit puree up to the fill line. They even have some books on this, on different recipes and different ways to make characters. They have a character kit that you can purchase. I haven't purchased it. I just use my spatula to put the fruit in there. Tip though, I had not done any of the letters until filming this one, and I remembered after I pulled out my yogurt popsicle. So when you put them in, you need to put them upside down so that things look right. After you pull the popsicle out, you have a nifty little drip guard that you can attach to the stick and hand it to your child to enjoy. What happens if you do put water in it? Well, that's another thing that I broke. I broke one of my sticks because I decided that I was going to wash out my popsicle maker, and that was a big mistake. Whatever beverage you put in next gets stuck to that ice, and the ice remains stuck to the mold, and so even with your little nifty contraption here, you are not going to be able to get it out. I wound up breaking mine before I realized that it was a big mistake to wash it and put it back in the freezer. So how do you actually wash this? Well, first you have to de-thaw it. And then after it's de-thawed, you can thoroughly wash it and dry it so that there's no water left on the gizmo before you put it back in the freezer, because you don't want your popsicle sticks to break. Believe me, these aren't cheap. Not to worry though, if you want a little tip from me, if you do happen to get a popsicle stuck, just thaw it out and then refreeze it. The Zuko Popsicle Maker has to freeze for 24 hours before you can pour anything into it, so it's not like you can just order it, receive it in the mail one day and live in the luxury of popsicles non-stop. You will have to wait for it to fully freeze. Popsicle Maker does come in singles and doubles instead of just triples, and I know they have a lot of other flash freeze technology gadgets that you can buy, but this is definitely, if you have the money and your kids like popsicles, I cannot tell you how much I love the Zuko Popsicle Maker. It is just the cream of the crop. So if you can get it, get it. That's all for your Playful Bite today. I will see you on Monday with my tip. Don't forget to send in any questions. You can comment them below and I will do my best to answer them. Have a good weekend. 2 more bites. 1 more bite. 1 more bite and I'll give you a cookie.
No.
1 more bite and they'll subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe.